Hello, welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching My Hero Academia Season 3, Episode 15. So, last episode, they were focusing on getting ready for the hero test, so that they can get their licenses. With everything that's going on, it would be very helpful for them to have their license so that they could actually defend themselves and help out when there's an attack. I guess part of the exam involves them having to have a special ability. I don't just mean like their quirk, but I mean like think like a super move. Something that sets them apart from other heroes. I mean, obviously their quirk, but anybody with a quirk, I think, can basically become a hero. If it's useful enough. But they had to find something with their quirk that they could do. Deku had absolutely no idea what he should do. Bakugo already had a ton of different ideas, so he was working on them. Oh god, names. Gotta get my thing, my image of names over here. Let's see. Where is she? Ashido. She was doing like a Kamehameha at first, shooting out her acid. But then, I forget who it was she was working with, but they told her to kind of put her hands like this. And it like fired, like shot out like a hose, like if you had your thumb on the front of the hose. It kind of started shooting out like that. Kaminari, I don't know what he's doing, but he was mentioning how he wanted to do a lightning sword, which would be pretty awesome. Let's see. Uraraka wants to be able to use her ability to float around a bit more, so that she can use the martial arts that she learned on her internship better. See, Momo is trying to be able to make two separate items at the same time. They didn't really show everybody, but oh, Tokoyami had one of the cooler ones where he used I think it's Dark Shadow is what it's called, where he had him covering him, kind of like armor almost, but it like left the front part open, but it would like, I guess more like a cloak is what it would be like, because it was covering his face, it was on his arms and his back, and he could use it that way to attack, and also I guess defend himself. But yeah, I'm assuming we're going to get more into that this episode. But basically, All Might showed up and started giving people advice on what to do. He's been trying to become a better teacher for the students now that he's actually able to just focus on teaching. He had even bought a book, basically a teaching for dummies kind of book. First person he went up to was Deku, telling him that he's still trying to imitate it. Which is very obvious that throughout the series he's been trying to be like All Might. But he's not. He has to come up with his own stuff. And he had no idea. Well, he had the hardest time even figuring out what All Might meant when he said that. And then he went to the other students and started giving them advice. And then Deku went off to the maintenance area, because he wanted to get braces for his arms, to kind of lessen the strain when he uses his ability to prevent them from getting damaged even more. Because if his arms get even more damaged, there's a possibility he won't be able to use them. And he doesn't want that. Ida and Uraraka were going there as well, and they see him standing outside of the maintenance area. And that's when we get a huge explosion, because I think her name's Mai, something like that. The girl from the sports festival, who used Ida as like a marketing tool to show off a lot of her inventions to the companies that had showed up to the sports festival. But she was there because she's working on a bunch of different things. And he kind of explains what he wants, the braces for his arms, and she gives him like this huge suit of armor. Not what he wanted, and it almost broke his back. Like, it just started twisting, and it wouldn't stop, and they had to quickly deactivate it so that it would come off of him. Otherwise, he'd be paralyzed. As far as Ida, he wanted something to help with his boosters, and she came up with stuff for his arms to get them to fire off. He's like, I don't need anything on my arms, but she kept having she had answers for everything. I forget what Uraraka came in there for. Oh, she wanted something to help with her nausea, because when she makes herself float, or when she uses her ability for too long, she gets sick. So she wanted to know if there was something that they could make to help her with her nausea. I forget. She's May, or whatever her name is, ends up saying something that gets Deku to finally realize what All Might was saying, and also gave him an idea on what to do for a special ability. Later, they're back at the training grounds, and everybody's making progress on their moves. And I think it was Bakugo ends up doing something that knocks a huge chunk of boulder off of the training ground, and it's heading towards All Might. And that's when Deku comes in and saves him by using his legs. He's going to do more kicks than punches, seeing as how his arms are so messed up and his legs are completely fine. Basically, he's going to start using, I think he called it shoot style. So kind of like shoot boxing. Kickboxing almost. So he's going to be using a lot of kicks and knees, I would assume, and stuff like that. He had braces made for his legs as well, so that nothing happens to them, because if those get damaged, then what's he going to do? He's got his arms are damaged, legs are damaged. Was he going to headbutt people all day? And that's where it ended. His new outfit is looking pretty cool with the braces on. I'm just interested in seeing what the other students have come up with for their special abilities. So let's get into this episode. Also, I apologize, this is late. I had some things going on that I had to think about, and now that that's all done, I can come back and catch up with everything that I didn't get out last week. So, yeah. Let's get into this. So the video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.